Please smile and sit down. You are live on television. We are going to start now, so please let's take our seats. Representative, we are now starting with our session for today, and without any waste of time, I'm going to be calling on the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation in South Africa, Dr. Blade Nzimande, to come and give the opening and welcoming remarks. Minister.
Good morning, everyone. Let me do this because people of our height tends to be discriminated against. I've been telling some of my colleagues that I'm going to now form a political party, not of short people, but of people who are not that tall. Because everything now, whether it's the sofas, they are designed in such a way that
Все в мире создано таким образом, если попытаешься сесть прямо, то тогда ножки будут болтаться в воздухе.
The gents also, the terms of the height, it's only catering for tall people. Honorable Gilbert Kabanda Kurenga, the Minister of Scientific Research and Technological Innovation.
La République démocratique du Congo.
Kasule Lumumba, Minister of General Duties of Uganda. Honorable Viscount Camrose, Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State. Mr. Zhang Guangjun, the Vice Minister of Science and Technology of the People's Republic of China. Mr. Richard Spinrad, representing the United States of America. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, Dr. Philip Mjoacha, the Director General of the Department of Science and Innovation, South Africa. Let me also greet all the GEO co-chairs for South Africa, USA, China, and the EU, heads of delegations, representatives of GEO participating organizations, and associate members, distinguished guests, and delegates, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed, which means all of you are very important, and we really are very excited that we are actually part of this important gathering. And I'm honored to welcome you to all to our beloved mother city, the city of Cape Town. I'm sure all of you have also been greeted by our Table Mountain. This summit comes at a time when South Africa is celebrating, sorry to those who may not like what I'm going to say, our Rugby World Cup victory. The Springboks won the tournament for a record 4th time last weekend. And we are still in a celebration mode. I wish that all of you here today can join us in this celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here in South Africa, the cradle of humankind, in order to undertake a new chapter in our collective journey to confront global challenges impacting our environment. An improved understanding of the Earth system, its weather, climate, oceans, land, geology, natural resources, ecosystems, and natural and human-induced hazards is essential if we are to better predict, adapt, and mitigate the expected global changes and their impacts on human civilization. As a result, Earth observation data and derived information are essential inputs in the development of this understanding. Equally important is the fact that Earth observations provide the evidence necessary for informed decision-making. It also supports science which underpins strategies for global environmental decision-making and for monitoring our progress on all geographical scales as we explore new development paths aimed at sustainable management of our planet. This week marks 4 years since the GEO Ministerial Summit in Canberra, Australia. It is in this meeting where delegates welcome the ongoing work of the GEO community to deliver its mission by developing a global Earth observation systems that connects and integrates the Earth observation efforts of each nation for the benefit of humanity as a whole. Honorable delegates, ladies and gentlemen, as GEO ministers, we are gathered here today to reflect on progress made subsequent to the summit held in Mexico City in 2015. Again, when we met in Canberra Summit, we acknowledged that the GEO strategy 2016 to 2025 was being implemented efficiently with significant progress. We also committed to enhance access to and sharing of Earth observations data and information. Let me say something about Earth observation in Africa. In order to promote Earth observations in Africa, South Africa led the establishment of AfriGeo, a continental version of the Group on Earth Observation. The establishment of AfriGeo, which is hosted at the Regional Center for Mapping of Resources for Development, based in Nairobi, Kenya, demonstrates our Pan-African mindset. As envisioned, this has indeed contributed to more African states joining the GEO, which is good news indeed. At national level, we have our own local South African Group on Earth Observations, whose secretariat is hosted by the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, one of our science entities. I'm pleased to say that my department, the Department of Science and Innovation, is funding both AfriGeo and South African GEO. With over 500 participants and 290 registered members, South African GEO continues to play a pivotal role in coordinating our nation's Earth observation endeavors, fostering collaboration and promoting the sharing of EO data, products and services. The South African GEO collaboratively engaged South Africa's Earth observation community through government stakeholders and agencies. And these agencies include the South African National Space Agency, the South African Weather Services, South African Earth Observation Network, the CSIR, Council for Geoscience, the South African Air Force, including research institutions and the private sector. All these users are providers of Earth observation data and information and facilitate increased involvement to the GEO work program. Through these agencies, South Africa is able to engage our public and private sectors to easily access and derive benefits through the GEO's products and services. I am pleased that in our endeavors, we are already starting to see an emergence of a new cohort of young Earth observations entrepreneurs who are creating economic opportunities not only for themselves, but for their peers as well. Abiri Innovations, for example, a startup founded by Tswelelo Mashita and Innocent Mazando, does livestock tracking and monitoring and have to date managed to secure 35 paying customers with over 100 confirmed waiting orders. Their company plays a huge role in dealing with the problem of livestock theft in South Africa. This just shows that when we give young people tools to become creative, they will indeed proactively take the future into their own hands. Our continent, Africa, is blessed in many respects because it's predominantly young people who we need, and they are part of the solutions for the problems not only facing the African continent, but the world as a whole. We need to harness this youth in the African continent to be an asset of both the continent, but the world as a whole as well. In the past 12 months, South Africa has experienced devastating floods in various provinces that left behind destroyed human settlements, destruction of infrastructure, including schools, water reticulation systems, and sadly, this was accompanied by loss of lives. We were able to trigger some of the disaster management international treaties and to acquire the necessary satellite imagery to support rescue missions. As we move forward with the proposed new strategy, it is critical that we reaffirm our commitment to full and open access to Earth observation data, knowledge products, and services. We need to continue our commitment to promote data and knowledge sharing and the co-development of services that empower users to make sound decisions. In any case, this is also part of open science, which we are a firm believer in as South Africa. But we also recognize that our world is changing fast, and as a result, we are expected to make new commitments. The new strategy will be tabled for approval later today, proposes the pursuit of global equity in Earth observation by including young people, women, rural and indigenous communities. The commitment to provide the so-called Earth intelligence as a new value proposition will go a long way in integrating Earth and social science-derived knowledge and insights to inform strategic decisions, build capacities, and empower society to address environmental, societal, and economic challenges. South Africa continues to be one of only a handful of members that contribute to GEO Trust Fund in addition to our investment in AfriGeo and South African GEO. Our entities such as the CSIR, the South African Weather Service, the South African Earth Observations Network, for instance, and the South African National Space Agency participate actively in various aspects of GEO work program. It is my understanding that we are all here because we believe in the noble goals and vision of GEO, and as such, I would like to encourage all members to contribute to the GEO Trust Fund and where necessary to second competent personnel to GEO tasks. As the 2023 Cape Town Declaration, to be reviewed later, indicates, the stage is set for a new GEO and new commitments in a new world where barriers to access and use of Earth observations is not limited to geography. Distinguished delegates, in conclusion, allow me to remind you that Without the capabilities offered by Earth observations, satellite, in situ, and spaceborne, there would be insufficient information for future climate change studies and insufficient evidence with which to inform our decision-making on policies aimed at mitigation and adaptation to climate change. We would also have no way of checking the effectiveness of our mitigation strategies in terms of the trends of key essential climate variables. Earth-based measurement systems alone cannot provide the synoptic global picture which is required. Lastly, let me take this opportunity to wish you a successful conference characterized by robust discussion and resolutions that will make us forward in our endeavor. I also implore on all of you that after this conference, to take time, please, and explore and enjoy our beloved city of Cape Town, a corner of the earth that, as you can see, is very beautiful. Cannot really come to South Africa and not explore a little bit of our environment. But as I said last night, I wish you success because we have one and only one Mother Earth. We have no other option. We have to look after it. I thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. When you are a host, you have to speak and chair at the same time. As I have welcomed you, I would really like to then invite now the GEO co-chairs, ministers, and their representatives to make inputs of 5 minutes each, remarks from the table in the following order. Mr. Zhang Guangjun, the Vice Minister of Science and Technology from the People's Republic of China, who will be followed by Mr. Richard Spinrad, Under-Secretary of Commerce for National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration from the United States, and followed by Mr. Pencho Garrido Ruz, Acting Head, Delegation of the European Union to South Africa. Vice Minister Zhang, over to you for your 5 minutes.
Your Excellency Minister Blada Nzimande, dear ministers, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would like to thank the Department of Science and Innovation of South Africa and Minister Blada Nzimande for your warm hospitality and thoughtful arrangements. I'd like to thank all the members of GEO Secretariat for your great efforts to make this event possible. It's such a delight to gather together with you all in Cape Town to explore the development of GEO and map out the way forward for GEO. This summit is of greater significance in GEO's journey. It's fair to say that it is a great milestone, and this summit will lead GEO to greater success. Since the Canberra summit in 2019, GEO has made significant progress. Based upon the vision of open knowledge, it is committed to promoting more trusted and accessible Earth observation data services. It has further identified and clarified its policy mandate and priority engagement areas and strengthened mutual trust with several major UN conventions. And it has heeded the voices of broader groups in keeping with the principles of inclusiveness and diversity. This is consistent with China's approach to international science and technology cooperation. Not long ago, at the first Belt and Road Conference on Science and Technology Exchange held in Chongqing, China, China put forward International Science and Technology Cooperation Initiative. These initiatives covers 6 aspects, namely staying committed to the pursuit of science, pursuing innovation-driven development, staying committed to open cooperation, diversity and inclusion, and upholding solidarity and coordination, and pursuing win-win benefits for all. It aims to promote open, fair, equitable, and non-discriminatory international science and technology cooperation, and develop science for the benefit of whole mankind, regardless of borders, and join hands to build a global community of science and technology. Dear colleagues, friends, a review of the past may offer a clue to what will happen in the future. The past experience will lay a solid foundation for our future development, and the achievements of the past will serve as a guide for the way forward. In the third decade, GEO will provide universally accessible, available, and trusted Earth intelligence for decision-making, thus making global development more inclusive with benefits and consensus shared by all. For this purpose, China puts forward 4 proposals. First, we need to actively promote the connectivity of EO infrastructure. We need to speed up the process of GEO infrastructure connectivity from global, national, to regional scale. China GEO's data sharing network will continue to connect with the GEOS platform through full lifecycle data management to provide high-quality data sources. Second, we need to make efforts to guarantee the smooth flow of geospatial information. We need to mobilize various resources and ensure open, equitable access to EO data and related scientific data. This year, China and South Africa jointly upgraded the ground receiving system of the SABC, providing Africa with long time series, stable and quality high-resolution data for 60 years in a row. Third, we need to promote the synergy of the development philosophies among all parties. In keeping with the spirit of inclusiveness and mutual learning, we need to strengthen the alignment of development strategies in light of the actual needs of all parties. At the AOGO workshop organized by China in Macau this year, representatives of 18 countries issued a joint declaration on building an interdisciplinary, cross-sectoral, and cross-industry ecosystem for innovation collaboration that takes into account the imbalance in regional development. Fourth, we need to continuously enhance people-to-people bonds among all countries. We need to uphold true multilateralism and advocate the harmonious coexistence of different civilizations. China will hold the GEO Symposium, an open data and open knowledge workshop in 2024, and continue to develop signature events such as the AOGO workshop and international training workshop, so as to build a platform for deepened people-to-people exchanges and partnership among GEO community. Dear colleagues, dear friends, as a co-chair, China has always been a witness, participant, and contributor to GEO, a platform for friendship and cooperation.
我相信在 GEO
I'm
第
confident
3个
that
10年
as GEO
会
embraces
有
its
更多
third
的成员
decade,
国、国际
more
组
members,
织、
international
民间团
organizations,
体、
civil
学
society
术机构、
organizations,
企业、青年
academies,
群体
enterprises, and
响
young
应
people
GEO，
will
加
echo
入
GEO's
GEO，
call
信赖 GEO，
and join and have trust in GEO.
期待在今天的部长级峰会上，
I hope that at today's
各位
Ministerial
同事
Summit,
放眼未来，
look beyond the
建言
horizons,
献策，
the
坚
principles
持
of
共商、共
extensive
建、共
consultation,
享
joint
的原则，
contribution, and shared
谋
benefits,
划共识，
build
深化协
consensus,
作，
and increase
进一步
collaboration
为
to
GEO
provide
长远发
stronger
展
guidance
提供
and
有力指
underpinning
导
for the
和
long-term
坚实的
development
保证。
of GEO.
最后，预祝
Finally,
本次
I wish
论
this
坛取
Ministerial
得圆满
Summit
成功。谢
a
谢。
full success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Minister. Can I now call upon Mr. Richard Spinrad from the United States, Under-Secretary of Commerce for National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Minister Njamde. Protocol having been established, let me start by saying it is wonderful to be here today with my fellow ministerial representatives from across the globe focused on increasing benefit to the world from the use of ocean observations and Earth observations. I'm accompanied today by our U.S. Department of Interior Assistant Secretary Carmen Cantor, who leads our department's international and oceans engagement, as well as responsibilities to support all U.S. territories and insular relationships in the Pacific and Caribbean. The United States has been a long-standing supporter of the Group on Earth Observations, GEO, having hosted the first Earth Observation Summit in 2003. I was there. I remember that. We're pleased to be attending the GEO Ministerial Summit at this crucial juncture in the evolution of GEO as a premier intergovernmental organization and a unique global partnership in that it is both multi-sectoral and transdisciplinary. At its core, it is driven by dedicated participants I see in front of me here today. We come from across multiple sectors and focus on the delivery of Earth observation information for critical social, environmental, and economic decisions that impact lives. The United States looks forward to a productive ministerial summit where we lay down the foundation for GEO's future evolution in endorsing the post-2025 strategy and the ministerial declaration. The United States applauds GEO's visionary approach for the future as outlined in the GEO post-2025 strategy and the GEO ministerial declaration. We thank the teams involved in their creation. The strategy aligns well with the vision that GEO should focus on delivery of actionable intelligence in the form of tools, information, and services that can be determined by the needs of key stakeholders and decision makers, with an emphasis on those in low and middle-income countries. Regionally, within the Americas Caucus, we continue to work together and build stronger connections towards meeting regional needs related to the use of Earth observations. AmeriGeo, like the new GEO strategy, draws on Earth observation insights from across the value chain to inform strategic decisions and empower society. As a region, we agree it is fundamental to have actionable and applied knowledge to better inform our decision makers, a focus of the GEO post-2025 strategy. The United States stands by GEO's vision of providing equitable access to Earth intelligence for all, and we encourage GEO to strengthen its connections across local, national, and regional levels to further maximize the delivery of Earth observation-based solutions where they are most needed, combining scientific information with socioeconomic data, research, citizen observations, and indigenous knowledge only makes our information stronger, more actionable, and easier to use and understand. I am very pleased to be here to look at how we can grow support for GEO for the implementation of this strategy and for increasing the power of Earth intelligence for the good of our planet and its people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Spinrad. Can I now call Mr. Ruth, Acting Head Delegation of the European Union to South Africa. Over to you.
Minister Simande, distinguished co-chairs, and ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. It is a pleasure to be here with you. And I'm also honored to open this ministerial segment of the Group of Earth Observation. I would like, first of all, to congratulate Minister Simande and the South African Department of Science and Innovation for the organization of this event, and also for their leadership in co-chairing the Group on Earth Observation. The theme chosen for this year's edition couldn't be more timely. Indeed, the Earth talks, and the message that is conveying to us in the starkest of terms is that our way of living is not sustainable. We are experiencing droughts, fires, floods, increasingly devastating, and with higher frequency. The message from the Earth is clear. We need to move towards a more sustainable social and economic model. But our planet is also wise, and it is also sending us messages about how we can make this change. In fact, it is telling us that there is a whole ecosystem brimming with opportunity ready to be unlocked. And this is the reason why we are here today. Allow me to highlight three elements. The first element is to share. Over the past days, many of you have been visiting exhibitions and participating in talks, plenary meetings, technical meetings. The European Union has come with a big delegation and has brought with it the latest innovation to Copernicus, Europe's eyes in space and the world's most successful Earth observation system. The imagery from Copernicus is contributing to breakthrough innovations in precise agriculture, supporting farmers to predict how climate change affects their yield. And in doing so, it helps them to preserve both our planet and the return on investment. This is exactly what our project Focus Africa, led by the World Meteorological Organization, is doing in South Africa. The second element is to strengthen our commitments. In an increasingly competitive global arena, it might be easy to resort to aggressive industrial policy, also when it comes to innovation and research. On the one hand, we cannot be naive, and we need to put in place safeguards to ensure others cannot abuse our trust. On the other hand, we know that our strength lies in openness, and that no one will win the race on innovation by erecting new barriers. Thanks to the free, full, and open data provided by Copernicus, new businesses and research spur every year. And through Global Gateway, Europe's new external investment strategy, we are partnering with an ever-increasing number of countries to establish Earth observation centers to address climate change and to anticipate and respond to national disasters, from the Philippines to Panama, from Chile to Rwanda, as well as with Africa through our regional partnership on space and Earth observation. The third and last element is to expand our engagement. And this edition of the Group on Earth Observation has brought important issues that are at the core of what the European Union stands for. One is youth. We are delighted that young people are part and parcel of this year's edition and have an active role in expressing their views and perspectives. Second element is women. I'm delighted to see many of you here, but there is still more to do. Just 1 in 5 space industry workers are women, and yet some of the most powerful innovations in space have been led by women. Just to give you an example, frequency hopping, the key innovation behind early satellite communication, was developed by an Austrian lady, Heidi Lamar in 1942. And the last one, evolution. We welcome the group on Earth observation post-2025 strategy, and in particular the introduction of the concept of Earth intelligence, the emphasis in co-development, and its new commitment on global equity to make resources and opportunities available to everybody. To sum up, I do hope that by the end of the summit, we can celebrate together the endorsement of this new strategy and a successful declaration. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roos, and thanks to the three colleagues who have made their inputs. Now we should move to get a short report which highlights the achievements and notable activities by the GEO community since the 2019 summit in Canberra, Australia. And I'm going to call upon Dr. Mboneni Mope of the Department of Science and Innovation to make a 5-minute presentation of the GEO progress from the podium. Over to you, Dr. Mope.
Thank you, Minister, and good morning to other minister and the minister representatives, as well as the whole audience. 2019 to 2023 marks the shortest 4 years in history. We had 2019 ministerial, and then it was December, and then there was COVID. And after that, life started again last year in 2022. And this actually makes the progress that we are going to present here very special, because the bulk of the work that we're reporting on was actually done in 1 year, but it is indeed very significant. Ministers, I think I need to highlight that one of the things that we have done after the New Mexico City strategic adoption, we had to, in Canberra, review what progress have we made. And in that process, we were able to identify various areas that we needed to pay attention to. But most critically, it was the indication and the response we needed to have and the 15 findings that were provided. And in doing that, we were able to also enrich the strategy that is going to be approved, hopefully here today. There's work that we have done in terms of the adoption of the resilient cities and human settlements in the 4th strategic engagement priorities for 2021. We were able to issue statements on equity, diversity, and inclusion, which is also very central to the strategy again, and also the part of the declaration. The issue of promotion of land degradation neutrality was also central, and this is quite important because most of the time when we talk about land, we just think it's just as it is, but when it is degraded, it means that it cannot do what it is supposed to do. And the focus on GEO around that was quite one of the progress that we're proud to highlight. The issue of human settlements and habitats, again making sure that GEO is aligned with us meeting various development goals, has been quite central. We have been able to, in the development of our programs for 2022 to 2022, had about 4 flagships, 9 initiatives, and 33 community activities. We have supported the coordination mechanism. The reason why GEO is getting stronger is because we have supported the establishment of national and regional GEOs that are helping us deliver on the mandate of GEO. I want to then ask that we see very briefly, as I said, in these shortest 4 years, what has been achieved through the video that I will ask to be shown, and then that will really be the summary of the achievements that we've had. Thanks very much. A word of thank you from South Africa, from the European Commission, from the United States of America, and from the People's Republic of China. As co-chairs of GEO, we are quite proud of what this community, you who are sitting here, participating organization and members have enabled us to achieve. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mope, for that very informative video, underlining the input you are making on the progress we are making. Can I now call upon Mr. Tidiane Otara, who is coordinator of Africa Outer Space Program, to make a 5 minutes remarks on behalf of Commissioner Mohamed Belhossein. Over to you, sir, and you are most welcome.
Thank you, Excellency. Your Excellency, Dr. Blade Nzimande, Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation of the Republic of South Africa, Excellencies, Ministers and High Officials, Madam Liana Geborgian, GEO Secretariat Directorate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. It is an honor for me to be part of this historic GEO Week and the GEO Ministerial Summit, focusing on the Earth is talking, and it's time to listen to it. I would like to congratulate the government of the Republic of South Africa for hosting with success this important worldwide Earth observation event. I also want to thank GEO Secretariat for inviting African Union Commission, therefore for giving all Africa opportunities once again to interact with GEO community, but also to quickly update on the African journey for better use of Earth observation for its sustainable development. Yes, the Earth is talking, but are we listening to it? Indeed, the occurrence of natural disasters has become a deeper problem for the world with the persisting phenomenon of global warming, climate change, and other man-made hazards and disasters. The overall effects of this phenomena have contributed to a decrease in agricultural productivity, food security, and conducive ecosystem. This is why planet Earth is talking, and it certainly deserves a listening ear. Scientists have often used limited or insufficient data to provide us with information to address these issues. Let's work together to improve the quality of the data and the access to this data. In Africa, there is a huge potential for Earth observation to contribute to economic and social transformation. Africa, yes, is the new El Dorado for the EO business because of its huge superficie, the second continent in the world, is its huge natural resources to be managed. We have to continue addressing all the challenges of the sustainable development, mainly using Earth observation. This is why the Africans are eager to see the newly established African Space Agency playing its pivotal, guiding and coordinating role for a better and efficient EO integrated use approach. Excellencies, dear guests, Africa, since Canberra, has been increasing the activities in EO. GMS and Africa, a joint initiative between African Union and European Union, has demonstrated the power of Earth observation for sustainable development in Africa. It is involving more than 120 institutions across 51 countries. More than 10,000 young African experts have been trained. Biannual forum bringing 400 to 500 Africans together is organized every 2 years. The next being in Sharm el-Sheikh, November 27 to 30th, 2023. As you can see, the other initiatives, such as Digital Earth Africa, Survey, CLIMSA, AfriJo, and etc., are demonstrating the contribution of EO to African sustainable development. Dear guests, Excellencies, I wish to assure the GEO community of the African Union unwavering support and solidarity as we move into another chapter of this long-standing partnership with the GEO new strategy. Let's look at together how to increase the impact of GEO community in Africa. Let's look at together how to increase the number of the African states participating actively in GEO, taking advantage of GEO network. On that, I wish you a safe trip back home. May God bless Africa. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ouattara. And once more, thanks to everyone. And also thanks for being a good audience. I'm sure that time will come also for your participation. This was our opening session, which we are bringing to a close now. And once more, thank you to everyone. But I'm also going to now ask Dr. Mope to tell us what's going to happen from now onwards. Thank you very much. Let's give ourselves a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Minister. We have come to the closure, as is indicated, of the first session. However, we kindly ask you to stay on your seat. We're going to take a group photo. And our VIP will also go down to their seats so that the photographers will be here and they will be taking it down on everybody. So let's take our seats, and as soon as we're done with the photographs, let us allow the VIPs to be taken through first to the exhibition side. And there we are going to be led by Yana, because we're going to start on the GEO booth. And then we go through the rest. So if we can just stay on our seats, and then our VIPs will be going down to their respective seats, and then we are going to get the photographers to come up.
No, don't move, just... Can someone direct this?
Can you bring them back? Yeah. Sorry. You want them? Yeah. No.
Sam, tell Take the microphone and just tell them what to do. Yes, please. I just right from the start. I don't understand.
Coordinating and between each other.
We have enough. Go.
Do you not want to sit next to Sam?
I reach him if I need. Don't worry.
Sam, you're not sitting down?
Oh, yeah. Did it, but